going on, folks? Just doing some parking lot pimping. We're over here to Perrysburg, Ohio today, and we got a special treat for you here. I'm just gonna whip up to this back pump, and I'm gonna get you out. I'm gonna sit here though because, well, I probably could pull over there, but I want to clean my windows and shit, and then I might act like I'm getting some fuel and stuff. So, because it's freaking pouring. So we'll see what's gonna happen. Give me a few minutes, will you? I'll be back. On the show, on the Chad Keegan YouTube channel show. Folks, here we are sitting over at the Pilot in Perrysburg, and we've got Roger DeVale with us. Three Angels Diesel, if you look him up on YouTube, correct?
Yep.
Now, how long have you been doing your channel?
Not very long. I need to add more content to it. It's just been too busy to do it.
Well, you're busy because you're running a 1983
Yep.
K100, like the blue truck, over the road, folks.
Yes.
This guy is living in this truck over the road. How often do you get back to the house?
About every 3 weeks.
Every 3 weeks. So you're out for 3 weeks in a K100.
Yep.
Flat top. He don't have an Aerodyne, so he don't got no extra room or nothing like that either.
No, there's no air conditioning. The heater sucks in it.
No AC. I was gonna ask you that off camera, but I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah.
How in the are you sleeping at night with no AC?
It's a chore. It's a chore.
Man, this guy's a stud over here, folks.
It's miserable some days, but
I mean, you're still getting the job done.
And that's it. That's the important part is, you got to push through it.
Yeah, this is straight up old school right here because your truck isn't stretched out or anything, is it? So
no.
What's the wheelbase on? About 185?
It's a factory 200.
Factory 200.
Aluminum frame truck.
Okay, so you got a little bit on there versus like the blue truck's 165. So there's all kinds of kickback when I'm bobtailing.
Right.
And you pull steel or a flatbed, correct?
48 foot flat. Yep. It's normal 48 foot flat.
Right on.
Yeah, normal 48 foot flat. As when everybody asks, what do you haul? Anything gonna go on there? If it needs tarped, I'll tarp it.
Yeah, if not, you strap it and going.
Strap and go.
Right on.
Strap and go. But yeah, it's the summertime makes it hard some days, but like I said, you push through it, and stuff's got to be delivered. It's not going to deliver itself, and the truck's not going to drive itself. So
that's right. But now, when you're out and you pull into a shipper, what kind of I guess gratitude, is that the right word, from some of those people? How does
yeah.
I mean, what do they think when you pull in there and with that truck? I mean, are like, this guy's crazy climbing out of this truck, or I have never seen one of these,
Well, most of the younger crowd that I run across have never seen a Cabover.
Yeah.
Now, I'm almost 40. I remember them as a kid. The most ones I remember the most were JB Hunt.
Yeah.
And being from Springfield, Ohio, we had JB Hunt right in town, and I remember going in there with a family friend that he drove truck for them, and it was the old International Cabovers, and then in the late 90s, I had a friend from high school that drove for Schneider that still had, what were they, Freightliners? I think they were the Freightliners, flat floor trucks.
Nice.
And he drove, that was his first truck he ever drove. at you and go, are you crazy?
Yeah.
But it's fun. Yeah, there's, like I said, no air conditioning. There's no cab air ride. You know, and you sit right above the front wheel.
Yeah.
So you're going to feel every single bump going down that road. And you know, if I would ever get out of this truck and get into a newer truck, I probably wouldn't know what to do.
Yeah, well, not only do you feel every bump, it sounds like the truck's going to fall apart, too, because the things are freaking rattle boxes, dude.
And it is, you know, you got to, you know, I keep a cooler on the doghouse, and, because I don't have air conditioning, I don't have a refrigerator,
yeah.
I have no microwave, I have no inverter, so it's, I guess you would call it old school.
It's old school trucking to the fullest. You know, and when I bought the blue truck, I always thought, man, it'd be cool to take this over the road just to do it, you know, for the experience of this is what guys dealt with back in the day. You know, I know a lot of people take out the passenger seat and throw stuff in there, but then again, you're climbing over a doghouse to get the stuff, or you got to get out, open the passenger, you know what I'm saying? Like in here, I've got a little bit more space. I can put stuff up on that top bunk if I needed to be able to do some stuff, you know, and you know, I could stand up right here to be able to change my pants if I needed to because I'm small enough. And I was talking on the phone to him earlier and kind of telling him that, but
yeah, that's a chore. You know, being a big guy like I am, I don't have the bunk like
right.
Chad does here. You know, I've got a small bunk. I think it's 36 or 40 inches. It's not very big.
Yeah, that's what the blue truck's a small bunk truck too. So
it's a small bunk, and with these old trucks, you don't have the storage.
No.
Like you do in the new one. So my briefcase, my logbook, my logbook holder, and my information book, and you know, whatever else I might have laying there, you know, all that stuff comes up and goes on the dash at night, and then during the day it all goes in the back. It has this little spot, but going down the road, like I said, it rides rough, and all that stuff gets rearranged.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got, you know, I've got a cubby hole on the one side of the truck, and then there's, I call it shelving, but there's other stuff on the other side. You put your clothes and stuff in there, but you know, it's the old way to do stuff. And
yeah. Sometimes, honestly, I feel like sometimes that's better though, because you know, one thing about the truck is it's a mechanical truck. You don't have to worry about a lot of the stuff some of the newer trucks have to worry about, so that's nice. But you know, it's not the Taj Mahal. No, these trucks were never the Taj Mahal back in the day, and that's what people don't realize. That only reason like this truck is so nice is because it's got these comfortable seats in it. It's got air ride on the cab air ride, and it's got, you know, the 8-bag air ride, but this thing still sounds like it's going to fall apart. And yes, I'm still sitting on the steer tire, and if this thing ain't balanced all the way like it needs to be, I'm wobbling around. You know what I'm saying?
You feel it
constantly.
Yeah, you feel it.
Yeah.
And depend, like you run these containers to where you know, I run flatbed. I've never pulled a container.
Yeah.
I don't know how they ride, but if that flatbed's not loaded right,
yeah,
you can actually watch that flatbed go up and down the road like this. Just shake up and down.
Oh yeah.
And then you feel it all the way in the steering wheel.
Yeah, that's how these are, you know, because a lot of these mismatched tires on containers and shit, when you know when there's a tire flat, or if it's an empty box completely and that chassis is just all over the place, I can feel it bouncing and jerking my, you know, ass end up and stuff like that, because this is only a 185 wheelbase truck, so it's you know, it's just one of them things. It's just a Cabover, and I guess you just got to have the feeling for it in the niche, because it's not for everybody. And that's why I was telling Dane, you know, I said half the people that you got CB in your truck, you get shit talked once in a while. Yeah, I'm like, dude, the guys that are running their mouths to me or Roger or anybody in a Cabover couldn't handle a week, let alone probably a full day in a truck like this from A to B, you know. Like, I've got my truck set up with a sound system and things like that, you know what I mean, because I'm local, and I'm fortunate I don't have to climb in a bunk and sleep in it and shit like that. But yeah, I will someday. That's my plan and goal. I just got to get the little shit taken care of to where I feel comfortable with going all, you know, over the road and doing it. So
that's it.
Let's it stopped raining, so let's pull up over here. Actually, I'll just leave the truck sit over here, but let's get out real quick and walk over and check out Roger's truck. and then I'm gonna bounce out because I'm working, and I gotta let him go so he can go to sleep because he's going to do some stuff tomorrow. So I don't know, at least 20 minutes we've been sitting there. Yeah, it's the first time Roger ever got to see this, so he liked that. Yeah, good. Well, there's a couple on the truck paper, but they're all seem like they're auction, or they want $80,000 for the shit, you know? Not happening. Oh, there it is over there, folks. You can see it poking out. You got one single stack? Yeah, I guess I could back up right there. We can take a couple pictures. Yeah, you got a couple brakes in there. Here it is, folks. He's loaded.
Yeah, it's a factory 200-inch frame, 400 Cummins, still has the original 8-speed in it.
Nice.
I would say original, but what should be in it.
Yeah.
I get $4,100 for this truck.
$4,100. That's awesome.
$4,100. I probably got at least 30 into it.
How much original miles?
Under 500,000.
Under 500,000. About the same as the blue chalk. Now you live in North Dakota?
I live in North Dakota.
With your wife and family,
Yeah.
But you're from Springfield,
Yeah.
Ohio. So. We're friends on Facebook, obviously, and I seen that he was going to be in Ohio probably about a month and a half ago or something. And I said, hey, if you're going to be over by here, let me know. I'll come down and see you at a truck stop or whatever. And it just didn't work out. And then he had commented on something that I'm talking about going on a detour and shit that I've been dealing with. And he's like, hey, I had to go through it today. I'm up in Perrysburg. So I'm like, I'm going to call this SOB and meet up with him. That way I can meet him finally because he runs around, you know, this area. So I figured might as well. Yeah, sounds good though, running.
Yeah.
Did you get the original bug screen and winter front?
Not the original winter front, but that was one that came on it.
Nice. Yeah, it's longer than mine. Oh, you're missing your bottom piece, aren't you?
I know. I don't know what happened to it. So
Well, who knows?
it's hard telling.
Yeah, it is.
This truck here was originally from May's trucking.
Nice.
So we'll go around a sec. I'll show you the factory colors. And if you look around, some of the spots that are missing paint, you can see the original yellow.
Yeah.
So when I worked at Peterbilt, I still knew everybody there, and I took the VIN number in. I said, I want the build sheet to this truck. And they're like, well, we can't give it to you, but you can look at it.
Right.
All right, whatever. So I seen that this was one of 25 trucks that May ordered in 1983. So it was built in March of 83, and they took delivery of it in April of 83.
Nice.
So through Facebook and all the other stuff, I ran across May's Trucking on Facebook. Well, I still have the yard sticker orders that I found in the dash, so I had to tear the dash apart with the wire part of it. And I thought, well, I'll say something to them. Well, I'd send them a picture of it. I said, hey, I've got one of your original trucks. And they said, well, which one do you have? I said, 222. And the one guy commented back, he goes, Dad told me, so that truck ran around Portland, Oregon.
Nice.
So when they bought them, the 25 trucks, they took the fifth wheels off of it and put flatbeds on it.
Oh, nice.
And put a spindle hitch. All the stuff's still, well, the spindle hitch is gone, I cut it off.
Yeah.
But the 7-way's still there, and I pulled the airlines out of it.
Right on.
I guess if I ever wanted to do California style, I can put everything back. So he told me that, and then a little while later, I need to find the picture again. he had sent me a picture of all these trucks and the A models lined up, and he said your truck was in that row center.
Nice.
So which is really neat.
Right on.
It's really neat. Like I said, you can see the factory paint colors on the other side where the spotlight used to be. But he said there were 4 drivers in this truck that all ran out of Portland, Oregon.
Damn.
And everything going flatbed, obviously. So me going flatbed, it's a natural habitat.
Right. Right on.
So it's kind of neat.
All right, folks, I'm going to get off here. I'm going to say goodbye to Roger, and I got to head down the road. So go on his channel, check him out, 3 Angels Diesel. Give him a like, give him a subscribe, give him a shout. Say, hey, I seen you on Chad Keegan's YouTube channel, Trucking Edition Spectacular. So that's what I'm talking about. Until next time, you know what we say. Yeah, Instagram, Facebook, you name it. So hopefully you guys have a good night and you enjoyed this.
Just got my new shirt today from my homeboy Chad Keegan. Dude, thank you so much for the shirt, brother. I love it. It's just perfect. Feels great. Everything's right about it. Awesome. Everybody should get one. But until then, you know what we say. We will see ya.